education. I think that's interesting, especially since you've been talking about nature and technology. And one person said, how do we incorporate a full-time technology curriculum when many students have no access after school? Did we lose him?
No,
Nope.
just hit the mouse.
So that's something that you might want to address for us, is how can we do that when so many people don't have access after school?
Well, to that after-school question, this is, of course, the big issue is access. And our hope is, as Edutopia, to play a role in showing what is possible so that when policymakers, parents, others see what is possible, they will say, we want that for our kids. If you were to say to most policy folks, you know, there's an important role that technology can play outside of school, in the after-school setting, and the hours outside of school, they would have trouble imagining what that might be. They don't have a teacher. What setting would that be? What kind of structured activity is available? So again, we try to illustrate that in a number of different settings. In fact, one of our favorite and most ideal learning environments is really the community-based school. This whole movement to have the school become the center of community, where the school building is open really 24/7, 365, not just open, 6 by 5 by 180. So it's a place where the community can come in and the school can go out to the community. And we've shown this in Iowa, we've shown this in New York City. This partnership between the New York City schools and the Children's Aid Society, which goes back many years now, many decades, where the needs of the entire family, of the whole child, are met at the school. Not only do kids not have access to technology, a lot of kids don't have access to health care. So the fact that a family can come there and there's a nurse practitioner or a physician at the school site can get the kind of health services they need, and then also be right there for learning as well. So we've tried to illustrate what we think the future of learning should look like, and we hope in doing that we're creating a kind of demand pull that people will say, that's what we want that for our kids. And we've seen good evidence of that. Again, it really depends, as you're suggesting, on really approaching policy folks. So I'd be interested in your thoughts about how and where that can be done. In North Carolina, we're certainly doing some things here in California, and maybe we should, I should mention that in the fall we'll be launching an online community on our site, and we should be thinking about creating or having users like you create community groups that can discuss how this material can be used with policymakers.
Well, we're very interested in continuing to collaborate with you, and so now you've got a whole group of teachers from a variety of places who will be zooming into Edutopia and hopefully participating and continuing the dialogue about how we can push this agenda forward. We really appreciate your taking time with us to Skype, and we're mostly impressed that the technology worked, that the Skype actually worked. We're thrilled about that. And we hope
Skype is a great technology, and just before we wrap up, please take a look at Edutopia. There's a story in here. We asked kids to tell us how they like to be taught now that they have access to some of these new media. And there's one kid who talked about her teacher using Skype to talk with kids in Florida. So they were able to discuss a book by Chris Van Allsburg, and so I think Skype is a great technology. And again, if more policy folks understood how easy it is to use, the fact that it's free, I hope that by our use of Skype today, we can also say there's an educational purpose behind being able to video conference like this.
Well, yesterday we had Yang Zhao give a talk, and I know that he's one of
my younger brother.
Yes, your brother. That's right.
Did he reference the fact that he's my younger brother?
Well, he introduced us to the concept of the death of distance, and I think we're illustrating that concept today through Skype, and we really appreciate your participating with us, and we'd love it if you would go to @NewLit on Twitter and make a connection with us all here today in writing. So thank you very much. We're going to give them a little time now to look at some of your videos. Thanks so much, Milton. We'll talk to you later.
Great to spend some time with you, and hope to see you in person someday.
We'll be waiting for that. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Ella. Thank you.